Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. The views and our opinions are ours and our own as we're providing live English reports of the games being played. And tonight it is going to be the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Orix Buffaloes for your listening pleasure. And first of all, we're going to give you the starting lineups for the visitors from Chiba. Leading off and playing in right field is number 13, Taiga Hirasawa. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 4, Yudai Fujioka. Batting third and doing the designated hitting is number 44, Seiya Inoue. The cleanup spot and playing third base is number 5, Hisanori Yasuda. Batting fifth and in left field is number 3, Katsuya Kakanaka. Batting sixth and playing second base is number 8, Shogo Nakamura. Batting seventh at first base is number 67, Kenta Chitani. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is number 27, Tetsuhiro Tamura. And batting ninth in center field, wearing number 1 is Kyoda Fujiwara. And they're going to be facing the ace of the Buffaloes tonight as Yoshinobu Yamamoto takes to the mound. He's had some mixed reviews in his first 3 starts. He's 1-2 on the season. He's worked 19 in the third innings. He's allowed 18 hits. He has walked 3 and struck out 23, but he's given up 4 earned runs. He's got an ERA of 186. Well, that is your starting lineup for the Marines, and now the starting lineup for the home team, the Orix Buffaloes. Leading off and playing second base, wearing number 31 is Ryo Oda. Batting second at third base is number 6, Yuma Mune. Hitting third in center field is number 67, Kai Nakagawa. And the cleanup spot and playing in left field is number 99, Yataro Sugimoto. Batting sixth and playing shortstop is number 24, Kotaro Kobayashi. Hitting seventh at first base is number 8, Marwin Gonzalez. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 2, Kenya Wakatsuki. And batting ninth in right field is number 61, Tokumasa Chano. And they are going to be facing CC Mercedes, who is making his 4th start of the year. He is 0-2. He's worked 17 2/3 innings. He's allowed 12 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which have been earned. He has walked 7 and only struck out 4, as he is in his first year with the Marines after coming over from the Yomiuri Giants. Well, those are your lineups, and as Yoshinobu Yamamoto completes his warm-up tosses, we're ready to get this one underway. We've got Steve Rademacher and Alexander Leggett in the house. We appreciate you guys for being there. I saw that Alexander says, I'm hungover and I have hot dogs, so let's drink Dr. Pepper and watch some Japanese baseball. And if you were a little further east, or maybe, a little further west, it might be a Verner's. It would be something you'd be reaching into the fridge for. Well, Yamamoto has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway. It'll be Hirasawa, Fujioka, and Inoue, the top 3 hitters in the batting order, to come and face the right-hander. And we are ready to get this one rolling right now. And here comes Yamamoto. The first pitch of the ball game is on the way. He rocks into the windup and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the third baseline. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Hirasawa. Hirasawa hitting .245 on the early going. He's got 1 homer and 5 runs batted in. He bats here facing the right-hander Yamamoto. He hits from the left side, and the pitch is a fastball that just misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Earlier in the week, we saw Tsuyoshi Wada deliver the first 13 pitches of the ball game, all for strikes. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 1-2. Alexander says they've got Verner's there too. Don't really get Verner's. They say you can drink Verner's hot or cold. Some people will actually put it in the microwave and nuke up the Verner's for that little extra hot taste. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as Yamamoto delivers. It's a fastball that just misses low. The count runs even to 2-2 to Hirasawa. This ball game last night, I was thinking about giving it the call on the ball game last night. That would have been the one I would have called. It ended up going extra innings. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. I didn't get to bed early enough and got a chance to wake up and watch the extra inning portion of the ball game. Frank Schwindel hit a deep fly ball to right field to end the game. Made it interesting there for the home fans in Osaka. And here's the 2-2 on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count goes to 3-2 to Hirasawa. I I remember last year, George Kirby of the Seattle Mariners threw 23 consecutive strikes to start the ball game. And that was what Wada reminded me the other night. There was a fastball swung on its lifted foul, reaching the seats behind third base. Orix Buffaloes, disappointing attendance. It's a lot thicker down the baselines, but still the upper deck in left field and center field is quite vacant. As the 3-2 pitch from Yamamoto is on the way. And it's a fastball that misses outside. It's going to be ball 4. And Hirasawa has himself a leadoff walk here in the first inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Yudai Fujioka. For Fujioka on the season, he is off to an absolutely outstanding start. At one stage, he was like 8 for 14 to begin the year. He's batting .308 with no homers and 3 RBIs. Not known as much for his bat as he is for his glove. He is coming up to bat here. He was able to plate a run last night in the ball game. The RBI single to left field, and the first offering here to Fujioka is on its way. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into deep center field. Moving back on it and making the grab is Nakagawa. That's going to retire Fujioka for the first out of the inning. He hit the ball on the screws, but right to the center fielder. So one away, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter in Seiya Inoue. Well, for Inoue, he's hitting .243 on the year. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. Some shuffling in the Marines lineup. Usually you see Shogo Nakamura in this spot. He's been dropped down. He's off to a terrible start here in the month of April. A little wonder that what took them so long to get him out of that spot, but they were playing well as a team, have been the Marines. As Yamamoto steps off the mound and feigns a throw over to first base. Marines are playing good baseball right now, way better than what I would have projected for them. In fact, I don't even have the Marines as my playoff team or as a playoff team this year. I've got the Hawks, the Buffaloes, and the Lions, and the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left center field. Getting on the horse, and this ball is going to be down. It's off the wall. Nakagawa picks it up off one hop. Rounding third and heading home is Hirasawa. The throw is not going to be in time. It's going to be a double for Inoue. And the Marines have jumped out to a 1-0 lead here in the first inning. As Inoue has doubled home Hirasawa all the way from first base for the first run of the ball game. 1-0 now for the Marines. Our friend Alexander says, don't worry, the Marines will disappoint soon enough. They have been playing over their heads, in my opinion. They've been getting timely hitting. They've been playing very, very well. Sound defensively, and they've got the pitching as needed, so you have to tip your hat to them as they are playing pretty good baseball at this point. But like they say in North America, a win in April is like 2 in September, and they're taking care of business right now here in April. So here comes the first offering from the righty Yamamoto. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Hisanori Yasuda is the hitter here. He is hitting .282 on the year. He's got a couple of homers and 6 RBIs. He is very steady at third base as he bats here from the left side. Waiting here on the offering from Yamamoto, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that moves him off the plate. The count goes even to 1-1. Friend Alexander says, but not apparently tonight. Yes, the Marines are off and running here with that 1-run already here in the top of the first inning. So the runner at second is Inoue with 1 gone. It's a 1-1 count to Yasuda as Yamamoto holds to the set position. He checks the runner. He checks him again. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded up the middle. Fielded neatly by the Buffalo shortstop Kirby-Ashi. He throws to first. That's going to retire Yasuda on a ground out 6-3. It is going to advance the runner from second to third. As Kirby-Ashi had you charge that ground ball. Good base running there by Inoue to recognize that. He advances over to third. And that is going to leave it all up to the left fielder, Katsuya Kakanaka. Well, for Kakanaka on the season, he's batting .217. He's got no homers and a couple RBIs. He's batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Yamamoto. He does choke up on the bat. He's got a good 2-3 inches off the end. As the right-hander Yamamoto ready to deliver. kicks and he fires. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 1-1. One would have to think that's about as high up the ladder as the umpire is going to give Yamamoto. If he gave him a little bit more, I think that it would become a very difficult night for the Marines. So no balls and 1 strike. Yamamoto holding a set again. And now he steps off the backside and he's going to reach for the rosin bag before we go through this all over again. So no balls and 1 strike to Kakanaka. On deck, it's Shogo Nakamura. As we said, he has dropped down in the batting order. So here comes the 0-1 offering as Yamamoto holds set, and now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Just a couple of programming notes. We are not going to be back on the airwaves tomorrow night. We're going to be taking tomorrow off. Normally, we try to get the Friday and the Saturday games in, but we are not doing that tomorrow. As here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Our friend Alexander says, did you see the game that Shohei had hit 2 home runs in 1 inning? Hasn't done it since the NPB days. I saw Masataka Yoshida hit a grand slam and another home run in the same inning for the Boston Red Sox, but I did not see Shohei. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Kakanaka as the right-hander Yamamoto works to the set. And here comes the 1-2. And the pitch is on its way. It's a split-finger pitch swung on and fouled away. A good job by Kakanaka to get a piece of it. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Kakanaka. Our friend Alexander said he didn't hit him. He gave him up. Oh, I didn't see it. I actually didn't see a whole lot. I saw that he almost hit for the cycle the other night. As here comes the offering now to Kakanaka as the right-hander Yamamoto holds set. He delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Nice play by the first baseman Gonzalez, who keeps it in front. He picks it up and he wins the race to the bag, and that is going to retire Kakanaka on a ground out to 3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here. There was 1 run in the inning on the double by Seonua. They brought home Taiga Hirasawa. They had 1 hit in the inning. There was no errors and 1 runner left the board. We are now through a half inning. It is Chiba 1 and Orix no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 1st in just a moment. And we got our friend Mick in the house. So we are ready to rock and roll tonight. We'll be right back in just a few, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 1st inning. We'll be back in just a moment. We appreciate you guys for bouncing in here with us tonight and spending your Friday or early Saturday morning with us. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order to face CC Mercedes, Ryo Oda, Yuma Mune, and Kai Nakagawa. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Oda batting .222, gets the nod in the leadoff spot tonight. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs, and he swings at the fastball and lines it foul down the right field line. And the count is now quickly 0-2. Our friend Shotgun Shell has joined us again tonight for the stream. We appreciate you being here, as we have you in the house as well. So no balls and 2 strikes to Oda as Mercedes delivers a slow breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-2. One thing you will notice is Mercedes wastes very little time. He gets the ball. He does not need the MLB pitch clock. He is on his own time. He is ready to go again as he rocks and delivers another slow breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. Defensively tonight for the Marines, outfield from left to right. Yes, we'll give you that in a moment as the fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Oda. Left field, it is Kakanaka in left. The center fielder is Fujiwara, and in right field, it's Hirasawa. As Mercedes rocks into the windup and delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped slowly over to third, fielded by the third baseman Yasuda. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Oda on a ground out 5-3 for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up Yumamune. The rest of the infield from first to third is Kenta Chitan. He gets the start at first base. At second base tonight, it is the always consistent defensively Shogo Nakamura. The shortstop is Yudai Fujioka. At third base, it's Hisanori Yasuda. And the battery, of course, is CC Mercedes and Tetsuhiro Tamura. Well, that brings up the left-handed hitting Yumamune. He is batting .247 with a homer and 4 RBIs. He takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And there's the offering that just misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Mune. If you blink, you're going to miss the pitches by Mercedes because he is working fast. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to short. They're going to have to hurry. They throw to first, and it's going to be in time to get Mune. A really nice play by Yudai Fujioka, and that's going to go as a ground out 6-3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away here for the Buffaloes. That is going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Kai Nakagawa. Our friend Mick asks the question, who y'all got tonight? We posted this up on our page. We're leading Buffaloes with the ace of Yamamoto on the mound. That is what we have. Our friend Mick says he took all the favorites on the early slots. It is the first pitch is delivered, and it looks like a cross-up pitch as that's taken for a called strike. I think the catcher there, Tamura, looked like he was thinking breaking ball, and assuming that's what it was, and he got handcuffed. I don't know what he was doing, and I don't know why he doesn't go up to the mound and have a word with his pitcher. So no balls and 1 strike, and there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes even at 1s. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Nakagawa. Again, Mercedes rocks into the windup, and there's a slow breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm sure the umpire behind home plate would be concerned if the pitcher doesn't know the difference between the fastballs and the breaking balls. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to second. Fielded by Nakamura. He flips it to first, and Nakagawa is going to be retired for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 1 complete. Your score is the Marines 1 and the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action right after this. It is 1-0 for the Chiba Lotte Marines. One nothing, everybody, for the Marines. We'll be back in just a few after this. Another one of our coveted cheerleader commercials. Welcome back, everybody. Yoshinobu Yamamoto ready to come back to work here as he is going to be facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order for the Marines. That means Shogo Nakamura, Kenta Chitani, and Tatsuhiro Tamura. Only one other score or one other ball game has a score in it. The Chinichi Dragons have jumped out to a 1-0 lead over the Yokohama Dana Bay Stars. That game is at the Bantalan Dome in Chinichi. As Yamamoto ready to go to work, and he delivers a fastball that swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. The count is quickly 0-1 to Nakamura. Nakamura off to a rugged start this year. He's batting .148 with a homer and 5 runs batted in. It's from the right side against the right-handed throwing Yamamoto, and he pitches a split-figure pitch that swung on and missed, and the count goes to 0-2. We thought that Nakamura might be pulling his head out of the proverbial backside, as he had a couple of good ball games earlier in the week, but not so much lately, as he's gone right back to where he was. There's a split-finger pitch swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 0-2 to Nakamura. Defensively tonight for the Buffaloes, the outfield from left to right, it is Sugimoto in left. It is the center fielders Nakagawa, and the right fielder is Chano. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And Nakamura is gone. He is out number 1 on the first strikeout in the books here for Yamamoto in the top half of the second inning, and that'll bring up the first baseman Kenta Chitani. In the infield from first to third, it's Marwin Gonzalez at first. The second baseman is Ryo Oda. The shortstop is Kataro Kobayashi, and Yuma Mune is holding down the hot corner at third. And the battery is of Yamamoto and Kenya Wakatsuki. As here's the pitch. It's on the way. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line, racing over, giving chase, but it's going to drift off into the seats. In that temporary seating area, it was the right fielder, Chano, had to come a long way, but he ran out of real estate, and that's going to run the count to 0-1 to Chitani. So here comes the offering from Yamamoto as he rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count now is 0-2. Chitani batting .222 on the season. No homers and a couple RBIs. As he waits here on the offering from Yamamoto, who rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses low for a ball, and the count is now 1-2. Last pitch looked like a pretty darn good delivery, but not so according to the home plate umpire. Yamamoto gets his sign from his catcher Wakatsuki, and he goes back to work, and there is a split-figure pitch that is waved at in the dirt, and Chitani has gone fishing. He's gone for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away here in the second inning, and that's going to bring up Tatsuhiro Tamura. Actually, that last pitch was a breaking ball. I thought that was more of a split-figure pitch, but we get the replay. Very similar type of pattern as it had ended up moving down on the hitter. So 2 gone here, and that's going to leave it all up to Tamura as he takes a fastball outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Tamura batting .115 on the season with no homers and 1 RBI. He gets the start behind the dish tonight. One would think that he may not be here to finish if Sato would come into the end. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded on 1 hop over to Marwin Gonzalez. He's going to field it. He's going to step on the base, and that is going to do it. It's a ground out to 3 for the third out of the inning. That is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the inning. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. We are through 1.5. It is the Marines 1 and the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back at the call at the bottom of the second when we return after this. Once again, appreciate you guys all for stopping in here and checking out our action tonight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom half of the first inning. It's going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Buffaloes. That means Yataro Sugimoto, Frank Schwindel, and Kentaro Kobayashi. Is going to be a 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order, as they are going to be facing a CC Mercedes here in the second inning. We watched a little bit of this game last night, late in the ball game. Frank Schwindel had hit out a ball to the warning track to end the ball game, gave the fans a little excitement. Marines won the game in extra innings by a 4-3 margin, and there's a first pitch breaking ball that misses outside to Sugimoto for ball one. Sugimoto batting .241. He's got 8 homers and 17 RBIs, and there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes even at 1-1. Sugimoto off to a very strong start this year. And that is where he stands with his play, that is for sure. Masatanki Yoshida, who is probably what he's saying. There's a fastball swung on. This ball's hit on the fists. It's hit behind second base. Moving back on it is Nakamura. He's going to make the grab. Sugimoto is going to be retired for out number 1. That's going to bring up the aforementioned Frank Schwindel. Well, for Schwindel on the season, he's batting .227. He's got no homers and 3 RBIs. Schwindel hit that ball right to the warning track last night to end the ball game, as the Buffaloes were trying to get back into it. He hits from the right side against the left-handed throwing Mercedes, and there is a fastball that misses outside for ball one. The count is 1-0. Schwindel obviously had a breakout year a couple of years ago with the Chicago Cubs, as the breaking ball misses down, and it's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. As the lefty Mercedes delivers again, and there is a breaking ball swung on, and this ball is lifted in the air into shallow left field. Coming over underneath it and making the catch is the left fielder Kakanaka, and that's going to retire Schwindel. I have to say, the bat flip by Schwindel getting out of the batter's box was A1. The result of the hit was not very good. As that ball was popped up, we watched that again, and you just see we didn't get the full flip of that, as Schwindel's going to have to go back to the lab, as he is the DH tonight, right down to the hitting cage, I'm sure. Got to do better with the 2-0 pitch, that's for sure. There's the right-handed hitting Kentaro Kobayashi stepping to the plate. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down for ball one. The count's 1-0. Kobayashi batting .290 on the season. No homers and a couple RBIs. He missed the first couple of weeks of the season, as he was recovering from a bit of a knock, and there's a fastball that misses outside. The count's now 2-0 to Kobayashi. So 2 balls and no strikes. Mercedes kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to short. Fielded by Fujioka. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. It's going to be a ground out 6-3 for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through to complete. Your score is the Marines 1 and the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back at the call of the top of the third inning when we return in just a couple moments. Appreciate everybody for listening in here with us tonight. Right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the third inning. And coming to bat for the Marines, it's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order. Our friend Barry Area EA Sports wanted to know where you can stream the games in the USA. If you got a VPN, DAZN Japan has it. I saw Rachel Luba the other day, the agent for Trevor Bauer, suggested that's what you could do if you've got a VPN that could override that. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Kyoto Fujiwara. Fujiwara is hitting .289 as he takes a fastball inside for a ball. The count is 1-1. He has hit in the leadoff spot. He's hitting at a pretty good clip, .289 with the 2 homers and 10 RBIs. There's a breaking ball that just misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Fujiwara. Our friend Alexander says, Team Honey batting 1,000 against his heart this year. Yeah, there you go. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 2-2. Hopefully we told Shotgun Shell during the week that we would be trying to take care of him in our journey. I've got a couple things in mind in terms of being able to do that. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over the head of the pitcher, Yamamoto. They're going to have to hurry, and it's going to be in time to get the base runner, Fujiwara. Whoa, what a play by Kobayashi. I wonder if they're going to take a look at this one, but no, it doesn't look like, well, yeah, they are. They're going to want to have a look upstairs as the manager, Yoshi, has come out, and he's going to the YVR, or the VAR. Friend Tyler's in the house tonight. Welcome, Tyler. Appreciate you for being in here with us. Tried to give it back-to-back midweek games, but just couldn't do it last night. It was just down for the count. I wasn't sure I was going to even be able to do this one tonight. Oh, yeah, that's going to be overturned. That was a bad miss by the first base umpire. That's going to be a base hit here for Fujiwara. I'll even go and put it in my scorebook right now. That should not take long to have to review. We're getting it from multiple angles. That ball, by the time it bounced, I'm confident that Fujiwara is going to be awarded a base hit after this one. Angle that looks in from left center field is the definitive angle for me. Down the line, it's a little bit more difficult. Even the angle from the third base foul line side is also pretty much a definitive angle as well. One from third base, though, it looks like it was a little closer than what it was. But for that, this call is going to be overturned, one would have to think. But while we wait for this, it is Fujiwara who is waiting on the call. That's going to go down as an infield hit once they return. Here comes the umpires, and they have overturned the call. It is a safe call. So the good play by Kobayashi gone for naught. Our friend Alexander says a big oof there. Yeah, that's why they have the VAR these days, to get that right. But it's frustrating when they have it and they still get it wrong. So the right-hander Yamamoto ready to go. Squaring to bunt already is the leadoff hitter Hirasawa. They throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Fujiwara. We got Fox 12 in here. He says he's just got here. Who's batting and how many outs are there? Well, we're in the top of the third inning. There is nobody out and a runner on first, and it's the first pitch coming up here to Hirasawa. And that ball is a fastball swung on. It has popped up behind home plate. And that is going to be hauled in by the catcher, Wakatsuki. Terrible piece of bunting on a usually good, fundamentally sound Chiba team. And that is going to retire Hirasawa for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Yudai Fujioka. Fujioka, he is 0 for 1 tonight, but he hit the ball on the screws his first time up as he lined out to the center fielder. Tyler says, you seem to cover a lot of Marine games. Just happens to be that way, not necessarily by choice. Look for the good pitching matchups. Yeah, of course, we have one here today. If I had my choice, I will be fading the fighters as much as possible, as there's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Yudai Fujioka. Also, we'll fade the Dragons. We start calling some of the other NPB games. Fade the Fighters and fade the Dragons. And here's the 1-0 pitch. It's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-1 on Fujioka. If I want to see bad baseball, I just have to go to some of the local area parks. I watch some of the adults play one day a week. I could get all my fill of bad baseball I want. I don't need to see the Fighters or the Dragons right now. And I might be pretty close to throwing the Eagles into that boat as well. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Fujiwara. Fred Tyler says, any bias involved? Nope, like good baseball. Don't really particularly care. Don't have anybody that I particularly root for or against. As the 1-1 pitch is ready to be delivered here by the right-hander Yamamoto, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the right field line, but it's going to hook foul into the seats. He was just way out in front of that one was Fujioka, and that's going to run the count to 1-2 strikes. Shotgun Shell says, you're fading the Marines tonight, but you didn't know it till just now. There you go. Our friend Fox12 says he's got 2K on Chiba. There's a fastball that just misses down there to Fujioka. The count goes to 2-2. Well, I sure wouldn't put the kind of money on Chiba here tonight. So 2 strikes it is, as Jacob Kavsky says he's impressed with how well we know the names. Well, it's been practicing this for quite a bit. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that is swung on, and it's tap foul over on the first base coach's side. The count will remain at 2-2 to Fujioka. Would be more impressive if I could actually read the Japanese script. That would even be more impressive, but I can't do that. Have to rely on the North American scripture to be able to do it. I'd like to learn one word, maybe one name or one vowel or something like that in the Japanese script. I think that would be kind of cool. So here comes the 2-2. As the right-hander Yamamoto waits and waits and waits. And now he throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Hirasawa. It's 2 strikes here. This could be a pitch that they might want to run on. Jacob says he's rooting for Orix in this one. Shotgun Shell says you wouldn't put money on Chiba, but you ended up with him tonight anyway. You can't lose. There you go. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-2. And I would have to say Tyler says the Japanese names aren't very hard to pronounce. For the most part, I would agree with you. There are sometimes more difficult ones to produce coming out of Eastern Europe than there are from the Japanese side of things. And he's absolutely correct. Sounding it out, phonetic pronunciation is the key to success. And here comes the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander holds to the set position and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line, racing over, and with a little bit of room is Sugimoto. He's going to haul that one in. That's going to retire Fujioka for the second out of the inning. So 2 away here in the third, and that's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Seiya Inoue. Well, for Inoue, he's driven in the only run tonight. It was a RBI double back in the first inning that brought home Taiga Hirasawa, the first and only run of the ball game. Inoue batting in the 3 spot here tonight. Big fella getting an opportunity to play a little bit more than normal. He stands with an open stance. His hands are held rather low. As the right-hander Yamamoto kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Got to be careful with him. He is very dangerous. And they do have a couple of bases that they could put a guy on, but You certainly don't want to put Fujiwara into scoring position because a base hit would be able to score him from second base. And there is a split finger pitch that misses down. A good block there by the catcher Ken Wakatsuki, and the count goes to 2-0. Our friend Tyler says no Polanco tonight. That is correct. He was in the lineup last night. As I mentioned before, I ended up getting to get to some sleep early last night. Ended up waking up and pretty much watched this ball game from the 8th inning onward. So 2 balls and no strikes. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. The count goes now to 2-1 on Inoue. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander Yamamoto holding a set at the chest. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 2-2. I don't know what Inoue was looking for because that fastball right there was something right in the wheelhouse. The ball there was a very dangerous pitch by Yamamoto. Now I would think that he's probably going to work something away. Here's the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander works set, Yamamoto does take his time. Now he delivers. It's a split-finger pitch down and away. And that is, on my books, it's ball 3. And it is ball 3, but Seiya Inoue thought it was ball 4. He was taking his shin guard off and ready to make it his way to first base. So I think probably they were teasing him in from the dugout. Ichi ni san is 1, 2, 3. Ichi ni go would be 1, 2, 4. Maybe that's how Inoue does his mathematics and counts. And there is a split figure pitch swung on and grounded over to third base. And that count is going to be 3 balls and 2 strikes still. I remember when we were playing in the German league, coaching in the German league, and we were playing Regensburg when Max Kepler was still with the Regensburg Legionnaire. And one of our players started to run to first base on ball 3. And they were hearing it from the dugout. 1, 2, 4 was what they were yelling out. They talk from the other dugout. There's a fastball that misses inside, and Inoue is going to get himself a base on balls here. It's going to advance Fujiwara over to second. That's going to bring up Hisanori Yasuda to the plate. 48 pitches so far here for the right-hander Yamamoto. He is not sharp so far tonight. He has pitched okay this year, but not good enough to win games as he entered the ball game tonight with a 1-2 record. So Yasuda steps up to the dish. He is 0 for 1 as he grounded to the shortstop his first time up. And the right-hander Yamamoto kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. If I had to do some quick math on Yamamoto's pitching performance, I'm trying to figure out the number of balls he's thrown versus the number of strikes. It's probably not one of his finer outings here tonight. Here's pitch number 50 on the way. It's a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count goes to 2-0, and that's going to advance the runner over to third base. Fujiwara is going to go over to third on the wild pitch. Inoue is going to stay at first. So 2 balls and no strikes now to Yasuda. So it looks like 19 balls tonight and 31 strikes. That's 62%, a little bit less than what you would normally want. So maybe it's not as bad as we thought it was. It felt like it was about 55%. That is where the right-hander Yamamoto stands. So as he acknowledges the sign from his catcher, here comes the 2-0 offering. As the diminutive right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball. It drops in for a called strike. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Yasuda. As we also mentioned, we're going to be doing some more games next week. I'm going to try to call that game with the Bay Stars and Trevor Bauer. I guess he's going to go on May the 4th. I don't know if that's formally been announced or if that's been speculated, but that sounds like the date that he is going to get the ball to make his NPB debut. Here comes the 2-1. There's a fastball that comes inside, and it's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-2 on Yasuda. Hopefully, if that is the case, Trevor Bauer making that start against the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. I guess we'll have to wait for the formal announcement on that. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander Yamamoto holds set. And it's on its way. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it. Yasuda is going to be gone for the third out of the inning. Well, no runs in the inning. They did get a hit. There was no errors in the strand 2. We are now through 2.5. It is the Chiba Lotte Marines 1 and the Orix Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. Hang tight. We'll be right back after some more musical tunes featuring our friend Yuma Mune.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom half of the third inning, and it'll be the last third of the batting order to come to bat for the Buffaloes. Means Marwin Gonzalez, Kenya Wakatsuki, and Takamasa Chano. If that game is the case, it sounds like it's going to be Thursday the 4th, Japanese time, or Wednesday in North America. And that sounds like it's going to be a 10 p.m. Pacific first pitch. Game will go ahead in Yokohama, and the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and missed by Gonzalez, and the count is 0-1. Gonzalez hitting .213 on the season. He's got 4 homers and 7 RBIs. As Mercedes delivers, it is a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the first base line. The count is now 0-2 to Marwin. Forecast looks pretty good for that one. It starts with some, by the looks of it, it starts with some cloud. Actually, it starts with some sun and turns to cloud. As the 0-2 is on the way, it's a fastball that just misses down and away. The count is now 1-2 to Gonzalez. Unlike his counterpart, Mercedes is only at 25 pitches here. As the pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. Gonzalez chased that one up and out of the zone, and he is going to be gone for out number 1. That's going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. Next week, we will do a pile of games, the Wednesday and Thursday games, and for that matter, Friday Japan time games. We will be calling at 10 o'clock Pacific time or 1 a.m. Eastern. So hopefully you can make it in for those ones. As the lefty rocks in the delivery and delivers, it's a slow breaking ball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0 to Wakatsuki. Look to give as many of those games as we can. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Count goes even to 1-1. Probably leaning towards the Swallows and the Bay Stars in the Friday game next week. We will try to cover. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to third. It is fielded neatly on the backhand by Yasuda. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Wakatsuki. Ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. 8 in the books, and that's going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Tukumasa Chano. Well, for Chano, he is batting for the first time tonight. He's hitting .280 on the season. No homers and 3 RBIs. He was able to drive in a run last night against Roki Sasaki, and he squares to bunt, but he takes the first pitch up for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Chano. Our friend Alexander says he can make it to the 1 a.m. games a decent amount of time. Any later than that kills him. I wouldn't mind trying to get some midnight starts in, but the problem is our own schedule. I don't know if I'll get back in time as that fastball misses upstairs. It's 2-1 because we missed a pitch by Mercedes. He's just worked so quickly. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The only time that we can catch back up to Mercedes is when he has to get a new baseball. So here's the 2-2 pitch. Let's see, breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. This ball is going to bloop in for a base hit. That's going to be the first hit of the ball game for the Buffaloes. As Chano is aboard with a 2-out single. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Rio Oda. Well, this is a spot in the order where I would like to think that Chano could be on the move. Definitely in this situation here, he could be a base running candidate. If he gets thrown out, you got the top of the order to come to bat. So we'll see how this plays out here. And here comes the offering from Mercedes. There's a breaking ball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0 to Oda. Might be a decent pitch to a run on it here. Our friend Steve Rademacher says, Buffaloes for the win. You can mark it down. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-0. If you're reading my picks, you don't want to mark anything down. It's been a tough month, that is for sure. We have some scores from around the NPB as they are trickling in. 2 games or later games tonight at the Tokyo Dome. It'll be the Giants and the Carp. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. It counts now 2-1. And the Swallows and the Tigers go off also at 1800 hours Japan time, 6 o'clock. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's a slow breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be hooked foul down the left field line. But it has also broken the bat of Oda as the bat went all the way out to the third baseman, Yasuda. That's going to run the count to 2-2. Scores from around the NPB. The only game in the Central League going on. It's now 1-1 between the Bay Stars and the Dragons. That's in the bottom of the 3rd inning. In the bottom of the 2nd inning, the Fighters have a 2-0 lead over the Hawks. And it is 3-0 for the Golden Eagles over the Lions. That is in the top of the 3rd inning. Who'd have thunk that one? And of course, 1-0 here for the Marines. 2-2 pitch is flipped over to first base, and Chano goes back head first. Balls and 2 strikes. Again, Mercedes flips it over to first base, and diving back easily is Chano. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting second baseman Oda. As the lefty Mercedes holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. The way the Golden Eagles have played this year, I would have a very hard time thinking that 3-run lead early in the ball game is safe. Their pitchers can light the mound on fire with the best of them. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded down the third base line. It's going to get past the diving Yasuda. It's into the corner. Rounding third and heading home is Chano. Here comes the throw, but nope, it's going to be cut off. And that is going to score the tying run of the ball game. A double here by Oda has brought home Chano all the way from first base, and we are now knotted up at ones. as the Buffaloes have evened it up here in the last half of the third inning. Well, that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yumamune. As Jacob gives the good yes right now for the Buffaloes. So Mune steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded up to the shortstop his first time up. And the first pitch from Mercedes is a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Mune watched his average dip to 244 as he's waiting here on the offering from the lefty Mercedes. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is line foul. It's going to hit the netting behind the temporary seating. It's going to run the count to 0-2. It says the Dragons are now up 2-1. Well, I'd have to say that you're probably not that far off. As we say, we're just taking a peek at our posts and our content from earlier. There's a breaking ball that just misses, and the count is 1-2. We didn't do an elaborated pick tonight because we were running out of time. We do have the Dragons. We've got the Buffaloes. Right now, I am down on the Hawks. For that matter, on the Lions as well. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down. The count now goes even to 2-2 on Mune. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. This first couple innings of this game went along pretty quickly. It was a half hour for the first 2 innings, and then this last inning has taken a full half hour on its own. And here's the 2-2. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the shortstop. It's going to get into left field. It's going to get down, rounding third and heading home with the second run of the inning is Rio Oda. Just like that, the Buffaloes have taken a 2-1 lead here in the third inning. Off an RBI, a single by Yumamune. Our friend Jacob, if he's still with us, is probably fist pumping again. So that's going to bring Kai Nakagawa to the plate. Nakagawa tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded to the second baseman his first time up. As Mune establishes his lead at first, he's got 1 foot on the turf and 1 on the dirt. And here comes the offering from Mercedes. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the right-handed hitting Nakagawa waits here on the offering from the lefty. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to the second baseman Nakamura, who fields it, and he throws to first. And that is going to retire Nakagawa on a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. But there's been damage done as the Buffaloes get 2 runs in the inning. On the benefit of 3 hits, there were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. Their score, as we are now through 3 completed, is the Buffaloes 2, the Marines 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. Here's our friend Eric.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving here now to the top of the fourth inning, and coming to bat for the Chiba Lotte Marines, it'll be Ketsuya Kakanaka, Shogo Nakamura, and Kenta Chitani face the right-hander Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who has battled his way through the first 3 innings of work. Looks like we have a new first baseman. Looks like it's going to be Yuma Tongu, as he's going to replace Marwin Gonzalez. We'll get a check on that one, as the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. We'll double check that one for you, but that looks like what it is. Our friend Steve Rademacher with a $2 super chat. We appreciate you there, Steve. He says, let's go Buffaloes. So there's a fastball that misses down to Kakanaka, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander Yamamoto ready to go back at it again. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is to the left-handed hitting Ketsuya Kakanaka. Yamamoto kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that just misses outside. The count now is 3-1. So far in the early going of this ball game, already 3 hitters that have gone to a full count against Yamamoto. As Kakanaka is looking it to be the 4th. As the 3-1 is on the way. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined right to the second baseman. Oh boy. I had to wait in on that one there, as he had absolutely scorched that one. It's going to retire Kakanaka for the first out of the inning. Watch that one again. Absolutely hit on the screws, and a nice play there by Oda. That is 1 away here in the 4th inning. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. The first offering to Nakamura is a breaking ball. It drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. This particular plate umpire, you got to hang in there with him, because sometimes he is so slow and deliberate. There's a breaking ball that misses a down, and the count is now 1-1. Our friend Alexander says, would you consider parting with that Armando Cruz? Yeah, we can negotiate something on that for you, Alexander. If it goes to a good home over there. Our friend Scott says, good to see the stream. He's just checking in. Appreciate you for bouncing in here tonight as well, Scott. Friend Shotgun Shell asked the question, does YouTube get any? Yes, they do. There's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count's 2-2 to Nakamura. It's a flat rate right across the board. YouTube takes 30% of everything that you do. There's a split figure pitch swung on and missed. It's going to retire Nakamura for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to Kenta Chitani. You know, in some ways, for how much YouTube is able to promote content, for what people have, I kind of get it a little bit. They do deserve their percentage of housing all this free space for us to be able to create our content. As that first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs to Chitani for a ball. Count is 1-0. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be grounded past the third baseman. Mune threw the 6-hole into left field, and Chitani's going to get himself a single with 2 gone here, and that's going to bring up Tatsuhiro Tamura. Only 1-1-2-3 inning for Yamamoto tonight. That was in the 2nd inning. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, I'll stick with PayPal. Now, even PayPal takes a percentage too, but not like the amount that YouTube will take from you. Our friend Alexander says, it sounds steep, but YouTube is actually running out of running out of room on their servers. Time for more servers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Tamura. Sure, with the amount of money that YouTube is pulling in, be able to do just fine. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. As the pitch is on the way, it's a split figure pitch, swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2. Alexander says there may be a day that YouTube just can't be profitable anymore, becomes some charity project. I'm sure they get their fair share of advertising revenue. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And the pitch is on its way. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by Kobayashi, throws to first. That's going to retire Tamura on a ground out 6-3 for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and one runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 2, the Marines 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Appreciate everybody for being here with us tonight, including our friend Steve Rademacher.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Buffaloes. Taro Sugimoto, Frank Schwindel, and Kentaro Kobayashi to face the left-hander CC Mercedes. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, I didn't think PayPal took anything. If you send it friends and family, they don't take anything that way. Our donations, I think, still get their paws on it, but friends and family are not donated in that specific sense. They don't tax you on anything that way. Here comes the first offering to Sugimoto. It's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Sugimoto. Our friend Titus is in the house. As there's a fastball that's at the knees, and it's taken for a called strike. The count goes to 1-1 on Sugimoto. Sugimoto tonight is 0 for 1. He has popped to the second baseman his first time up, as he takes a breaking ball outside, and the count goes to 2-1. Mercedes wastes little time, ready to go back to work. As now he rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2 to Sugimoto. 51 pitches now for Mercedes. He had a big third inning as he threw 25 pitches. As the pitch is on the way, it is a breaking ball swung on. It's lifted foul down the right field line. It's going to get well into the seats, and that keeps the count at 2-2 to Sugimoto. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, friends and family, yes, sir. That's usually how that one works. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and Sugimoto is aboard with a leadoff single here in the fourth inning. That is going to bring up Frank Schwindel. Well, for Schwindel tonight, he is 0 for 1. He has flown out to left field, as he is making his second appearance here in the ballgame at the plate. Last night we said he ended the ballgame with a deep fly ball to right field. So he is batting here facing the left-handed throwing CC Mercedes. There's a fastball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Schwindel had a very magical run a couple of years ago for the Chicago Cubs. One of those dream type of years. As the 1-0 is on the way, and there's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field. Lots of room and playable there for the left fielder, Kakanaka, who hauls that in for out number 1. So 1 away here That is going to bring up the shortstop Kotaro Kobayashi. Our friend God is Great says it means it's quick to get to 2-2. Well, we'll see what happens. The Marines here got off to a quick start, and sometimes the bats go in the freezer when that happens. They really haven't done a whole lot to Yamamoto since. So here's the first offering to Kobayashi. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Kobayashi tonight 0 for 1. Grounded to the shortstop his first time up. Left-hander against the right-hander. Mercedes kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes even to 1-1. As we mentioned before, I think that Yuma Tongu has come in to replace Marwin Gonzalez. Let's see if we can get an update on why Gonzalez has left the ball game. And Mercedes throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Sugimoto. Eagles have extended the lead to 5-0 in the top of the fourth inning over the Saitama Cebu Lions. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on. It's lifted foul down the right field line. It's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Exactly who it is. Yuma Tongu has come in to replace Marwin Gonzalez. And there's a breaking ball that just missed, and the count's now 2-2. Wonder if Gonzalez may have tweaked something on one of those ground balls that came his way. So here's the 2-2 pitch. As the left-hander holds set, now delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Sugimoto was on the run, and he's going to throw on the brakes just before he got to second base. He's going to retreat all the way back, and that is going to run the count, or it's going to run the outs to 2 outs. It's going to leave it all up to Yuma Tongu. So Tongu getting his first at bat here tonight. He has played in 13 ball games up to this point. He's hitting .244 with a homer and 7 runs batted in. We saw him earlier get hit in the head with a pitch against the Tohoku Rocket, the Golden Eagles. He got carted off on a bodyboard. It was a scary scene. But good to see that he's healthy and back playing again. That would have been a couple of weeks ago. There's the pitch from Mercedes. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Mercedes ready to go again. He delivers a breaking ball. This is swung on. It is popped up behind home plate. Racing back and making the catch is going to be the catcher, Tamura, and that is going to do it. Tongu is gone for out number 3 here in the 4th inning. Well, the Buffaloes, no runs in the inning. There was the hit by Sugimoto, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. You're now going to be going to the top of the 5th inning. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 2 and the Chiba Lotte Marines 1. Hang tight, everybody. The manager is out making some changes. Let's keep an eye on this one. I wonder if Yamamoto is done for the night. That's never a good sign. We'll be right back in just a couple moments, everybody. We appreciate you guys for listening in. Here's our friend Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Yamamoto who is still there. We do have a change in the infield. Not sure who that is, if it is going to be Kirbiashi or if it is Oda done for the night. It is Oshiro who has come into the ball game. And I'm not sure if that is him at short or if that is him at second base. The manager has made the move. And if my Japanese was better, I would know. 68 pitches tonight so far for the right-hander Yamamoto, and there's a fastball that misses inside for ball one. The count is 1-0 to Kyoto Fujiwara. And then the top of the order, Hirasawa and Fujioka. Face Yamamoto here. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count is now 2-0. Noticeable difference in the fastball here from Yamamoto this year. Last year, he would be 95 to 98 miles an hour, and this year here, he is 93, 94. He has lost some steam off of the fastball. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the third base line. The count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Yamamoto rocks into delivery. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Fujiwara goes down on strikes for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. It's going to bring the top of the order, Taiga Hirasawa, to the plate. Well, for Hirasawa tonight, he is officially 0 for 1. He walked and scored the game's only run for the Marines back in the 1st inning. And then he popped to the catcher his last time up. Comes the offering. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Moto delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away. The count now goes to 1-1 to Hirasawa. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the right-hander delivers a fastball swung on, it is lifted foul. Going to reach the seats on the third base side of home plate. Now runs the count to 1-2. Have to say, when I go to Osaka, going to the Kyocera Dome on a weekend looks like it could be a good thing because a lot of empty seats on the table for this one here on a Saturday afternoon ball game. As the 1-2 is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the third base line, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hirasawa. Our friend Alexander says his stream's so far ahead, he asks us to pause it to catch up with you. Well, maybe we'll do a refresh on the in-between, see if we're any better. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle, and that is going to be a base hit. That's a 1-out single for Hirasawa as he is aboard here in the 5th inning, and it's going to bring up Yudai Fujioka. I'll have to take a look. I might jump off of R1. We'll go to our B stream and see if it is any different. Not sure if it is or not. So here's the first pitch to Fujioka. It's a breaking ball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Now, pretty much I've got everything at the same pace right now, so this is the best I can do for you if your streams are a little ahead. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the left-handed hitting Fujioka waiting on the offering from Yamamoto. And the pitch is a split-finger pitch that Fujioka went around on, and the count is now even at 1-1. For instance, Jacob says, how do you stream? How are we watching the game, or how are we streaming the games? Fred Alexander could give you a hand on some of that stuff. There's multiple ways you could do it. There's a 1-1 pitch ready to come here from Yamamoto. There's a fastball that's taken low for a ball, and the count is now 2-1. One of the fellows was actually in here before, and they were talking about some of the gambling channels. You could actually get the feeds through them if you were a member. Can't remember which one they were telling us they were at the beginning of the season. So 2 balls and 1 strike, and there's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded back to the pitcher. Yamamoto fields. He throws to second for 1. Back to first. It's going to be an inning-ending double play. That's going to go as a ground out 1-6-3, as that is going to do it here. And that will retire the Marines in their half of the inning. Well, there was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There were no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moved to the bottom of the 5th inning. Hang tight, Jacob. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back. It is the Buffaloes 2 and the Marines 1. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th inning in just a moment.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving here to the bottom half of the 5th inning, and it's slated to come to bat the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order. Wakatsuki, Chano, and Oda. Our friend Preston in the house tonight. He says, what's your thoughts on Roki Sasaki, MLB starting rotation next year? Nope, I don't think next year. I think he's a couple of years away. I think he's really got to work on the command of some of his off-speed pitches, even though he's got a plus fastball. As we can all see, there's a fastball that swung on and missed by Wakatsuki, and the count is 0-1. Wakatsuki tonight 0 for 1 as he grounded to the third baseman his first time up. As here comes the offering from the lefty. Kikusan delivers. It's a fastball that just misses inside, and the count goes even to 1-1. I also think he's got to really work on a secondary pitch, a secondary out pitch, as his heater is as good as anybody's. As there is a fastball that just misses upstairs. Wakatsuki checked his swing, but he did not go around, and that's going to run the count to 2-1. So I personally think he's a couple of years away, but he's really got to work on something as an off-speed pitch. There's a fastball swung on it. It's going to be grounded through the legs of the pitcher, Mercedes. It's going to get into center field, and Wakatsuki is going to be aboard with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That is going to bring up Takamasa Chano. Our friend Shotgun Shell says it's like I'm opening a fresh pack of cards at every break. So that's my thought on him, Preston, right now. It's, he is great in the Japanese league. I think that he is still a little wet behind the ears for Major League Baseball. Off-speed pitch, specifically a changeup, would be fantastic in Major League Baseball for him. As Mercedes throws over to first base and diving back in time is the base runner Wakatsuki. I have to take a look to see if Oshino did come in for the shortstop Kirbiashi. So here comes the first offering. They squared a bunt. Pulling back was Chano, and he's taking that for a called strike. Oh, I think he wants that one back. Not necessarily the best decision there. He's got to get a job done here. And it does look like the shortstop still in the ballgame. It's Oshiro has come in for Ryo Oda. There's the ball. It's bunted down. It is fielded by Mercedes. He goes to second base. And a nice play there to be able to hang on to the ball is the shortstop, Yudai Fujioka. That's a gold glove type play by Fujioka. The throw was not the best. He has to come across the bag and get it. Still has to maintain the base as he's being drawn into the runner. And Chano unable to get the job done. That's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to be on the putout. It's going to go down as 1-6. Wakatsuki is retired for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order. That's going to bring up Koji Oshiro, who's coming to the ballgame for Ryo Oda. So I wonder if Oda hurt himself on that double or when he was brought home on the base hit by Mune. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So Koji Oshiro here. Ball in the ball game to replace Oda. And here's the 0-1 pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Koji Oshiro. As he is waiting here on the offering from the lefty Mercedes. 1 ball and 1 strike it is. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. Now 2-1. On the season, Oshiro is 2 for 2 at the plate. He's got a double in the 2 trips. He's also driven in 3 runs and he's stolen a base. But he has appeared in 9 games, but most of it has been as a pinch runner. So here comes the 2-1 offering from Mercedes. And it is a fastball swung on his tap slowly over to first. Fielding it is the first baseman. And it is going to be a nice play there by Chitani. He tags the runner halfway down the line. That's going to go down as a ground out to 3. Down for the second out of the inning is Yushiro. Advancing over to second is Chano, and that's going to leave it all up to Yuma Mune. So Mune's got 1 crack to try to bring in the runner. And as Alexander says, not the best bunt. That is for sure. That was a swinging bunt, though, by Oshiro that got the job done just the same. Could have used that 1 at bat earlier. Well, Mune steps to the plate. He's a 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and RBI. He's also grounded out to the shortstop. He brought home the 2nd Buffalo run of the night. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field, sliding and making the catch. What a great play there by the right fielder, who slid to his knees, hauling that one in as Hirasawa is going to retire Mune for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, that is going to do it here. We're going to get a little extended halftime break, as we like to call it, our Japanese halftime. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. 1 error and 1 runner left the board. We are now through 5 complete. The score is the Buffaloes 2, the Marines 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the top of the 6th inning. We're going to take a little time out and give our voice a bit of a rest, as if we want to make it through the night here, we're going to have to reserve a little bit here. Hang tight. We'll be right back when this game resumes in about 180 seconds.
All I want
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Seiya Inoue, Hisanori Yasuda, and Katsuya Kakanaka. You come to bat to face Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who is on to start his 6th inning of work. The ace for the Buffaloes has to be exactly what that is here tonight. Provide them some good innings of work. And hopefully he will be able to do that here if you are the fan of the Buffalo. And it is a 2-1 ball game. In this one here, the scoring got going in the first inning as Taiga Hirasawa led off with a walk for the Marines. And then he was doubled home with one out by Seiya Inoue. Put Chiba up 1-0. Both of the runs for the Buffaloes came in the third inning. It came all with 2 out as Takumasa Chano singled. And it was Ryo Oda hitting a double who knocked in Chano. And then Mune knocked home Oda with an RBI single, and that has made the score 2-1 for the Buffaloes. That's where we stand here. 82 pitches through the first 5 innings for the right-hander Yoshinobu Yamamoto, so kind of curious to see exactly how far them here tonight. He is ready to go as he's completed his warm-up tosses, and we'll get this one back underway for you here, as we do appreciate everybody for listening in tonight. So Yamamoto ready to go as he's going to be facing Inoue for the third time. Inoue has reached base each time he's faced Yamamoto, the double in the first and the walk in the third. The pitch is a fastball that misses inside for ball one. The count is 1-0. Inoue off to a strong start, hitting .263 in the early going. Going to get a chance to be featured at first base. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Big fella only has 1 home run on the year. I remember it was an opposite field deal in Chiba, but I can't remember who it was against. He pitches a fastball that is brought in at the knees for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is to Inoue. Friend Shotgun Shell says, happy ending to the commercials. I'm here all night, folks. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 3-1. I'd have to tell you a story, or at least a joke anyways, along those lines. But it would have to be on the other channel. This one here is a G-rated show. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Inoue as the right-hander Yamamoto ready to go again. He gets his sign from Wakatsuki, and he is ready to rock into the windup. Now he kicks and delivers. There is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as Yamamoto rocks into the windup, and he delivers. It's a split figure pitch. It misses down, and it's going to be the 3rd time tonight that Inoue is going to be aboard here. He's got himself a leadoff walk here in the 6th. It's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. Jacob says, what is the pitch count? And if my math is correct, that would have been the 88th pitch delivered here by Yamamoto. So it means he's just getting warmed up. I would say he's probably got another 20 pitches in him. I would not be, if he could get through this inning here, I would not be surprised or bat an eye to see him come out for the 7th. But after that, I would think you're on what I would call in shallow or deep water, or at least on thin ice. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it's grounded foul down the first base line, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Yasuda. Yasuda tonight 0 for 2. He has grounded out to short, and he has struck out his 2 trips to the plate. Just as a reminder for those who are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and bookmark the channel. It'll let you know when we go live, especially during the middle parts of the week when we don't always set up our schedule. We have our problems, of course, staying awake sometimes to get some of the games done. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-1. If we can get a pregame nap in, then it is a likelihood we will call one of those 2 a.m. games. Next week, as we said, it's Golden Week in Japan, so a lot of early starts. And the 1-1 on the way. It is a split figure pitch swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2 on Yasuda. So we're looking forward to calling some midweek action all week long. Only Tuesday, I believe, is the regular start time, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in Japan, there will be all kinds of action we will be calling on our airwaves. 1-2 is on the way. It's a split finger pitch that is swung on and missed, and Yasuda goes in the books for the second time tonight via the strikeout. He's gone for out number 1, and that is going to bring up Katsuya Kakanaka. Well, for Kakanaka, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded to first, and he is lined to second. So 0 for 2 it is. Yasuda retired on these strikes. Kakanaka to the plate, 0 for 2 tonight. And he pitches a fastball. It's swung on. It is grounded over to short. It is over to second for 1. Back to first, and it's been dropped by Tongu. I don't know if they would have had the play there or not. We'll have to see if that would have been an error to Tongu. I don't think so. I think it's going to go down as a 6-4 fielder's choice. They're going to retire Inoue for the second out of the inning. We'll get the replay of this. Kobayashi gets an underhand flip it over to second to Oshiro. They threw it back to first. Looked like Tongu just fanned on it, but I don't think they would have retired the batter runner Kakanaka. So he's going to be aboard on a fielder's choice. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. I tip your hat there to Kakanaka. He ran pretty good down the line, but I don't know if that's still Kakanaka. That's a ball taken by Nakamura. Count is 1-0. Looks like we have a pinch runner. That's exactly what it is. Looks like it's Hiromi Oka. We'll confirm that for you here. So a lot of substitutes already in this game. There's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1 to Nakamura. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Not getting the start tonight for the Marines. That's exactly who it is. It's Hiromi Oka is the runner, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-2. So one would think that he is going to be coming into the ball game and to play in left field. Oka is hitting 200 on the season. A very good start by him. He's never been a great hitter. He's a lifetime 226 hitter, but definitely off of that pace. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Nakamura. It's on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up over on the first base side. Racing over, but it's going to get into the seats. Tongu is going to watch it just sail over top of the netting. And that is going to keep the count to 1-2 on Nakamura. Friend Alexander says, let's see if we could get a little more action from the Marines. The Marines have really been held in check since that first inning. Had the odd runner here and there, but nothing really threatening. And there goes the runner. Throws down to second base, and it's in time. They're going to nail Oka. It's going to be caught stealing. It's going to go down 2-6. Got to tip your hat there. Wakatsuki, the throw was on the money. They're going to challenge this one. And Yoshi doesn't believe the call. Let's see if they're going to get this one overturned. They've already won 1 challenge tonight. We'll have to wait and see, and we're going to give you our thoughts here in a moment. Once we see the replay, it looked like it was a bang-bang play. Nice job there, Wakatsuki. That throw was right on the money. Couldn't ask for a better throw. Let's see if the runner was able to get in. Oh boy, I don't know. I think that's going to be upheld. I don't think that Oka was able to get in. We'll see what the umpires have to say. But what a fantastic throw there by Wakatsuki, regardless of whether he's out or safe or not. That was right on the money. And it may have hit the hand of the base runner. That's going to be a quick call. And up goes the right hand. It is going to be a caught stealing. It's going to go in the books 2-6 to retire Oka. That is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the 6th inning. Well, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 2 and the Chiba Lotte Marines 1. Stick around, everybody. It looks like Yamamoto's getting some high fives. We'll keep an eye on him if he's coming back in the ball game or not. But we'll be back after this. Appreciate you. 2-1, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments as we will give you the call here of the bottom of the sixth inning. 2-1 for the Buffaloes. We'll be right back after this.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And we're glad that you are with us here tonight. I don't know if he's still around or not, but appreciate you for checking in with us. Yoshinobu Yamamoto looks like his day will be done, but Cesar Mercedes is on to start his half of the sixth inning. The first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to Kai Nakagawa for a called strike. The count is 0-1. 73 pitches through the first 5 innings for Mercedes as there's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into right field, and it's going to get down for a base hit in front of the right fielder Taiga Hirasawa. That is going to be a leadoff single here for Nakagawa in the sixth inning. It's going to bring up the left fielder Yutaro Sugimoto. And for Sugimoto tonight, he is 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. 8 home runs here already on the young season for the Orix left fielder. And here's the first offering. It is a breaking ball that's outside. Appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say that Sugimoto did not go around. Ball and no strikes. As we said, Sugimoto last year hit behind Masataka Yoshida for much of the season. He doesn't have Yoshida hitting in front of him, and he's really got only Schwindel and Kobayashi hitting behind him, so not a lot of protection in this lineup. As that last pitch was a fastball swung on and missed, the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Sugimoto. So 8 runs, 8 homers. He's on pace to hit himself over 50 home runs this year. Pitch is on the way. It's a slow breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike with a hot month of April and, well, of course, a couple of days of March. There's a breaking ball that is delivered. It is swung on and fouled away, and the count goes down to 2-2 on Sugimoto. One thing Sugimoto doesn't do well is run well. He is a double play candidate should something be struck on the ground. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty Mercedes delivers, it's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frank Schwindel will wait his turn on deck. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. As he's waggling the bat here, waiting on the offering from the left-hander Mercedes. As Mercedes holds set, now delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is hit softly through the 4-hole into right field. Rounding second and heading to third is Nakagawa. The throw is not going to be in time. That's going to put runners at the corners with nobody out, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Frank Schwindel. Apologize for everybody here. I've been hitting the pause button because we're hacking away a little bit. A little bit of congestion. The allergies are starting to get into full swing out here. We had the warmest day of the year. We do have a visit from the pitching coach as they're out to talk to C3 Mercedes. Don't have a lot of known allergies. In fact, it was tested back east a number of years ago and had really only a couple of irritants. But when I came to learn moving to the West Coast that what they test for back east may not necessarily be what they test for here, because some species of flora and fauna are not necessarily seen on the East Coast that they have here on the West. So that brings Frank Schwindel to the plate. 0 for 2 tonight, flown out twice to the left fielder. Season average has dipped to 208. But a good time for Schwindel to get a base hit here to pad the Buffalo lead. There's a first pitch fastball swung on it as pop foul. That's going to reach behind home. Count is quick 0-1. So no balls and 1 strikes to Schwindel. Scores from around the NPB. Aside from this one here, the Fighters are holding on to a 3-1 lead versus the Hawks. There's a fastball swung on. This ball's belted to deep left field. It's going to be deep enough to get the run in. It's the 3rd time tonight Schwindel's hit the ball to the left fielder. But he gets himself a sacrifice fly and an RBI. That is going to increase the lead to 3-1. As Nakagawa tagged at third base and came in to score. And that's going to bring up the shortstop Kentaro Kobayashi. Other scores in the NPB is specifically in the Pacific League. 5-0. The Golden Eagles have the lead over the Lions. That's in the bottom of the 5th inning. The top of the 6th inning, the Dragons have extended their lead to 4-2 over the Bay Stars. Pitch from Mercedes. Breaking ball swung on, grounded softly back to the pitcher. He fields it and he flips to first. And that is going to retire Kobayashi on a ground out 1-3. And he is going to advance the runner Sugimoto to second. And that will leave it all up to Yuma Tongu. So Tongu steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Check that. He's 0 for 1 tonight. As he's popped to the catcher his only trip to the dish. Other one was Gonzalez. And the first pitch on the way, it is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Tongu. Friend Alex says it's hitting everyone so much pollen. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Tongu. Must be because I had to take a Reactin earlier today. It cleaned that up a little bit. But here we are, stuffed up again. We'd have to go and get a quick actin Reactin on the in-between innings here. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and that's going to run the count to 1-2 now on Tongu. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to the right-handed hitting first baseman of the Buffaloes. 2 gone here in the last half of the 6th. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. My friend Jacob asked the question earlier about streaming and where to get the streams. Our friend Alexander Leggett mentioned to some people, Live QQ, you have to be a little ingenuitive over there to try to get yourself some stuff. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit in the left field, and stopping at third is going to be Sugimoto. Right decision there. Ball was absolutely scorched there by Tongu, but it was right to the left fielder. And that is going to bring the manager of the Marines out of the dugout. It looks like we have seen the end of The line for CC Mercedes has got runners on the corners and 2 gone. Looks like his night is going to be done. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. That is Kenya Wakatsuki who will come to bat. Mercedes' night is finished. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in a moment. We're going to go get ourselves another hot chocolate and maybe get ourselves a quick actin' reactin'.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We got a pitching change on our hands here, and as we said, we had to get ourselves another drink, but also more importantly, to take another reactant to see if we're going to be able to get rid of this hoarse voice. Hang on for just a second here, as we've got a pitching change on our hands for the Chiba Lotte Marines. This is going to be number 40 entering the ball game. It is going to be Nishimura. This is Takahiro Nishimura. He is making his 9th appearance of the year. He does not have a win-loss record. He's worked 8 1/3 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. And he has not given up and earned a run yet. So he is taking over here. Takahiro Nishimura on in relief. And here comes the first offering to Kenya Wakatsuki. Right-hander against the right-hander. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Our friend Shotgun Shell says, do you have any Pudge Rodriguez stories? I sat with him for a couple hours at the VIP bar in Harvey's during a celebrity golf tournament. Was a cool dude. Interesting that you say that. I honestly really don't know much about Pudge. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is now 2-0. Or at least any good stories, any good formal stories. I understand he was a pretty good team guy. I remember watching him play. I was in Cleveland one time. Tigers were playing the Indians, and it was a bunt by the Indians. And the thing that impressed me so much about Pudge was just how quickly he could get out from behind the plate to field his position. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike to Wakatsuki. Fun to watch. Hall of Fame for sure. Bit of a media darling was Pudge, at least in Detroit. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is going to be 2-2 to Wakatsuki. Alexander says, I need to join you. Mercedes had a great outing despite the runs. Yeah, he was very economical with his pitches. That 3rd inning really caught up to him. Really fluffed up his pitch count. 25 pitches alone in that 3rd. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the righty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on it. Is tapped slowly over to 3rd. Fielded by Yasuda. He throws to 1st. And that is going to do it, as Wakatsuki is going to be retired on a groundout 5-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, they add to their lead to the Buffaloes. They had 1 run on 3 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 7th inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 3 and the Marines 1. Stick around, everybody. I have a feeling that Yamamoto's day is done. We're going to need a pitching change there as well. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. There are scores from around the out-of-town scoreboard. We will get you caught up on all of those as we are waiting here. As it looks like we will have a pitching change for the Buffaloes. 4-2, the Dragons lead the Bay Stars. That's in the top of the 6th inning at the Bantalin Dome. 3-1 for the Fighters over the Hawks. That's in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's at Escon Field. It is at the top of the 6th inning at the Balluna Dome. It's a 5-2 lead for the Eagles over the Lions. And of course, this game has a 3-1 lead. And we are going to be getting a relief pitcher coming in for the Orix Buffaloes. It's going to be the right-hander, Tomi Honda, coming on in relief. His 10th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 on the season. He's worked 10 2/3 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, 5 walks. He's struck out 13. Only given up 1 earned run. And he's got a 0.84 ERA. The first pitch is a fastball that misses down and away to Shogo Nakamura, and the count is 1-0. Nakamura was up to bat last inning when the inning was ended on a caught stealing by Oka. As the pitch is delivered, there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-1 to Nakamura. Nakamura has struck out both of his times. He has come to the plate tonight. So Hitomi Honda on in relief. The pitch is a fastball swung on. This is lifted foul down the right field line, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nakamura. It's going to be a steady diet of pitching changes, one would think, between now and the end of the ball game. As the right-hander kicks and he delivers, there's a fastball swung, and this ball is belted into deep left field. Racing back is Sugimoto. It's going to be down. It's off the wall. It's going to be extra bases as Nakamura is going to get himself into second base with a double. Is a 2-bagger here for Nakamura. And that will bring up the first baseman, Kenta Chitani. Well, for Chitani tonight, he is 1 for 2. He's got a single, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. A leadoff double here by Nakamura as the Marines trail the Buffaloes 3-1. 9 outs left to go in their weaponry to try to do something. And here's the first pitch from Honda. It's a fastball that misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Chitani having a decent start to the year here. He's pulled his average up to 241 now. And here's the offer. It's a fastball swung on. This is lifted foul down the right field line. And the count goes even to 1-1. Our friend Shotgun Shell says a leadoff dub. That's exactly what it was. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Chitani. As the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, is chopped over to short. I don't think they're going to have a play anywhere. Kirbiashi had kept it in on the infield, and the ball had ended up getting away from him. I would have to think they're going to rule that as a base hit, and that's exactly what they've done as they flashed the H up on the board. So Chitani is going to be safe at first. Nakamura is going to go over to third, and it's going to be the catcher, Tetsuhiro Tamura, coming to bat. Even if Kobayashi makes that play, I think that runner is going to be safe by half a dozen steps past the bag. So the runner at third is Nakamura. The runner at first is Chitani. And Honda ready to go here as he's gave up a legitimate double and a base hit there that probably shouldn't have been a base hit. So 1 ball and 1 strike, one runner at first and runner at third. As Honda's ready to go here, and the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Friend Alexander said so close to catching that one too. Even if he makes that play, I just don't think they would have, or if he would have fielded it cleanly, I don't think they would have had a shot at the runner at first. 1 ball and no strikes. It is here to Tamura. There's a fastball swung on it, has popped up down the left field line. And that ball is going to drift and it's going to reach the seats. It's going to run the count now to 1-1 on Tamura. So the worst thing in this situation would be a strikeout. Pop out is also a bad thing. Say out. We always want to take outs where you can from the defensive side, but 1 ball and 1 strike it is. And the pitch is on its way. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to first. They go to second for 1. Back to first. It's not going to be in time. And Yumatangu wants them to go up and have a look. It's going to go down as a fielder's choice at the bare minimum. It's going to cash the run in from third as Nakamura has come home with the second run of the ballgame for the Marines. They are going to go and take a look at this, and we're going to see if this is going to be a double play or not. We'll give you our decision in just a moment. That was a bang-bang play. As the umpires run off the field, you're going to have to go into their little booth to see what it is. That ball was grounded over to the first baseman. Nice play. He had a bit of a hard time getting under the glove. Kobayashi goes back across the diamond. And I think he's going to be safe. I think this call is going to be upheld. Yeah, there's nothing that has changed my mind on a couple of different angles. This will not be a long, drawn-out process, I wouldn't think. Although, the throw from the left center field camera, I think, is going to be definitive. And when in doubt, they should call him out because you don't get paid by the hour. And here comes the umpiring crew. And they are going to make the signal, and it is an out. Oh, what do you know? It's going to be a double play ball. And so Yomatangu is right. That's going to go down as a 3-6-3 double play. And that is going to retire Tamura for the second out of the inning. The first out is Chitani. That is going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Kyota Fujiwara. But it did not bring the runner in from third. Well, that's very interesting. I thought Nakamura had scored to make it 3-2. I don't know what he was doing over there. Still a 3-1 scoreline. That ball there, that was a double play ball. Then Nakamura didn't score. What is going on in our world? So the first pitch delivered to Fujiwara is taken for a ball, and the count is 1-0. The old 3-6-3 double play. He wasn't there to take any part of it. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-1. That there, the Marines could have got themselves a free, cheap run. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As Fujiwara waits here on the offering from the right-hander Honda. And there's the fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 2-1. If Honda can wiggle his way somehow out of this, he'll be very fortunate. This has not been the best outing that we've seen him. He's been an escape artist so far. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And here comes the 2-1 offering. There was a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 2-2 to Fujiwara. Ball went in and out of the glove of the catcher Wakatsuki. Foul tips it again. I would say that Fujiwara won't, or the catcher Wakatsuki won't miss again. Here's the 2-2. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Fujiwara. We're getting into the deep water in this game as we are in the top of the 7th inning. Buffaloes have a 3-1 lead. A lot of time left in this one, as there is not a lot of time left in some of the games around the NPB tonight. A couple of late games, but these ones here are starting to run into the twilight, the early starts. There's a fastball swung. This ball is lined into left center field. Ball is going to get down for a base hit. It's going to be an RBI single for Fujiwara. Coming across to score is Nakamura. That's going to be the second run of the ball game for the Marines. So Fujiwara's got himself a hit and an RBI. It's his second hit of the night. So well done there. We're going to see if the manager, Yoshi, has got anything else up his sleeve. Well, that's going to put a runner, Fujiwara, at first. To cash in a run, it's now 3-2. The pitching coach had come out for the Buffaloes, and that conference is now over. We're ready to resume the action. "5-4 now for the Bay Stars in the top of the 6th inning, as they have the lead over the Dragons. 3-1 for the Fighters over the Hawks. And here's the pitch. It is a split-finger pitch that misses down. The count is quickly 1-0 to Taiga Hirasawa. Hirasawa has a hit, a walk, and he has popped to the catcher in his 3 trips. So officially 1 for 2. He's pulled his season average up to 255. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses way upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Going to have to keep the coffee and the hot chocolate pouring in here tonight, as we are hanging by the threads in this one. I'm not talking about the baseball game. We're talking about us, or me. And there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-0 on Hirasawa. Waiting on deck is Yudai Fujioka. So 3 balls and no strikes. Honda getting himself into some difficulties. And here's the offering. Kicks and fires. It's a fastball. Take it for a called strike. The count now goes to 3-1. Honda has not been sharp in this one. This is going to be pitch number 21 on the way. He has had some friendly defensive help, especially from that double play ball. There's a fastball that swung on and missed. The count now goes full to Hirasawa. 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Fred Shotgun Shell says, keep that cup full. I think it's not just a cup. It's going to have to be a thermos and everything else. So here's the 3-2. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 3-2 to Hirasawa. So Taiga Hirasawa batting here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner, Fujiwara, will be on the move at the time of the pitch. Here comes the 3-2. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. Hirasawa's going to get himself a walk. That's going to advance Fujiwara over to second. That's going to put runners at first and second. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Yudai Fujioka, and it brings Kenya Wakatsuki out to the mound to have a word with the young right-hander. "23 pitches here in the inning for Honda, as he's trying to wiggle his way out of a jam that he's put himself into. Yuta Fujioka steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He has grounded into a double play. He has also flown to center and flown to left. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down and in. The count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Fujioka, as the right-hander holds to the set and now delivers. There's a fastball that just misses low. And the count is now 2-0. Yep, they were putting a call into the bullpen for sure. It is a 5-alarm blaze on the mound. And one would have to think this is going to be Honda's last batter, as Yumatongu went for a little bit of a delay. Have a word with his pitcher. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back on it, but making the grab on the warning track is Chano. He has to run that one down. And that is going to be it. Well, Food's going to feel a little snake bit tonight. He hit the ball hard a couple of times, but nothing to show for it in this one. There was no runs, there was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left the board. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 7th, it is now a 3-2 ball game for the Buffaloes. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We appreciate everybody for checking in here with us tonight.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in. Check them out. Leave a like, tell other people. But Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the ball game. Coming up for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the 7th inning, it is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order. That means Tokumasa Chano, then the top of the order, Koji Oshiro and Yumamune to face. Well, we're going to see who we're facing now. It was Nishimura who had come on in relief. And we'll check to see if they are staying with the right-hander or if we're going to get somebody new here, as Nishimura does look like he could be still in the ballgame. But nope, it is going to be number 37. This is Fumiya Ono. So Ono is going to be the 3rd pitcher used here by the Marines. So Fumiya Ono on in relief, working in his 8th ball game of the year. And the first pitch is on the way. It is a fastball that just misses low, and the count is quickly 1-0. Yep, he's in his 8th ball game. He's worked 7 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, 3 walks. He has struck out 4, and he has given up 3 runs, all of which have been earned. As the 1-0 is on the way, it's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The count is now 1 ball and 1 strike to Chano. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting right fielder of the Buffaloes, as Ono works to the set position. Now he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into a deep left field, drifting back and making the catch It's going to be Hiromi Oka, and that is going to be out number 1 here for Chano in the 7th inning. Well, that brings the top of the order in Koji Oshiro to the plate. Oshiro came on as a pinch hitter back in the 5th inning. He had grounded out to first. I believe it might have been a tough play over for Ryo Oda, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of innings ago that may have knocked him out with a pulled groin. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I don't want to speculate, but that is my thoughts where I would be leaning toward. And here comes the 0-1. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now quickly goes to 0-2 to Oshiro. So no balls and 2 strikes. As Ono gets ready to go, and he stepped off the rubber, and now he's reset it himself. As he kicks and delivers, there is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to first, and that is going to be taken by himself as Kenta Tani waves off the pitcher covering. It's going to go down as a ground out to 3 for the 2nd out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Yuma Mune. Well, for Mune tonight, he is 1 for 3. He's also driven in a run. That was back in the 3rd inning where they singled, and he actually had knocked in the 2-out go-ahead run. So the left-handed hitting third baseman steps in here. Averages at 250 now on the season for Mune. There's a split-finger pitch that is swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting Buffalo third baseman. Again, Mune waggling the bat, waiting here on the offer from the righty Ono. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses up and away. And the count now goes even at 1-1 to Mune. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And now the right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on his lifted foul down the third base line. It's going to reach the seats. Now the count goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Yuma Mune. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. And now it's going to be Mune who steps out, reset himself, and we'll be back at it again here. And here comes the offering from Ono. It's a split finger pitch and misses down and in, and that's going to run the count now to 2-2 on Mune. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Mune waggles the bat, and here comes the pitch from Ono. It's a breaking ball swung on its tap foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 2-2. Been going through the hot chocolate, going through the coffee, and it's, I think, time to go through some water, as we have been exhausting all avenues of opportunity to keep ourselves fresh. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. And there's a breaking ball that is taken for a called third strike, and Mune is retired. He's going to go down for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now moving to the top of the 8th inning, and we expect a pitching change as the Buffaloes manager is out to tell the home plate umpire that that is the case. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in 60 with a fresh glass of water to try to bring this one home.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a pitching change as the Buffaloes have gone to their bullpen again as they are going to a right-hander. It looks like it is going to be Shota Abbey, but we'll have to get that one confirmed in just a moment or so as it gets a little closer. It does look like who it is as he is completing his warm-up tosses and ready to go. And that's exactly who it is. As Abbey is going to be making his 8th appearance of the year. He has worked 6 1/3 innings, allowed 7 hits. He has walked 1, struck out 5. He has given up 4 runs, all earned, and he's got a 5.68 ERA. He does have a save on the season. It is going to be Shota Abbey to be used here as he's going to be the 3rd pitcher used tonight by the Buffaloes. So he is on in relief to pitch the 8th inning here against Chiba. And Chiba will be sending the bat the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the batting order, starting with Seiya Inoue, Hisanori Yasuda, and Katsuya Kakanaka. When I had that glass of water, as I grabbed it here, that glass of ice water, I wasn't sure if I should drink it or throw it in my face. Able to keep the time going here. There's a first pitch fastball to Seiya Inoue, taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Inoue has been living on the base paths tonight. He is 1 for 1. He's got a double and an RBI, and he has walked twice. So the big fella here bats. He's pulled his season average up to 263. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses inside. The count goes even to 1-1 on Inoue. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As the pitch is a fastball swung on its check swing foul down the right field line, runs the count to 1-2. Our friend Fluby says, not all avenues. He hasn't whipped out his dad jokes yet. Yeah, you're probably right. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Inoue. As Abbey's looking to get the head here to start the inning. And here comes the 1-2. And the pitch is on its way. It is a split figure pitch, swung on and missed. It is blocked by Wakatsuki. He's going to have to field it and throw to first. It's going to go down as a strikeout 2-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Hisanori Yasuda. Yeah, that's what Shotgun Shell says. Drink it or throw it in his face. Either way, it'll wake you up. Buffaloes have got 5 outs to get as they have this 3-2 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. We haven't updated our banner yet, but we'll get that updated for you. As it is in the top of the 8th inning. And here's the first offering. It is a fastball that just misses under the hands. The count is 1-0 to Yasuda. Yasuda is 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out twice. He has also grounded out to the shortstop. Here comes the 1-0 offering to Hisanori Yasuda. It's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That is going to be a single for Yasuda, his first hit of the night. That is going to bring up Hiromi Oka, who has come into the ball game as he came in the pinch run for Katsuya Kakanaka back in the 6th inning. Oda will be a tough player to double up in this situation. But at the same time, he's not exactly a big-time hitter, so there may be an opportunity to be able to get the double play, or at least maybe a strike him out, throw him out situation. So here comes the pitch. As the right-hander holds set and delivers, it's a split-finger pitch, swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Oka. So no balls and 1 strike. So no balls and 1 strike as the right-hander Abby holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a split-finger pitch. It misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Right-hander Abby is got himself in a spot here with a runner at first and 1 gone. And here comes the 1-1 to Oka. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving back on it is Sugimoto. He's going to make the catch at the edge of the warning track, and that is going to return the base runner Yasuda all the way back to first. Hey, got to give Oka some credit. He ran into that pitch. He sent it right to the deepest part of left field, as it was right on the edge of the warning track, and that is going to be retired for out number 2. That's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. And for Nakamura tonight, he is 1 for 3. He's got a double. He scored a run. He's also been mowed down twice via the strikeout. So Nakamura waggling the bat. And here comes the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field. If it's going to be a room, and there is, nice catch there by Chano as he's on the warning track, and that is going to do it. Got to give Nakamura credit. He hit that ball hard, but right to the glove of Chano. And that is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the 8th inning. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. Moving to the bottom of the 8th inning, your score is the Orix Buffaloes 3 and the Chiba Lotte Marines 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the bottom of the 8th inning when we return just after this. Welcome back, everybody. As we move to the bottom half of the 8th inning, it is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat for the Buffaloes. That means it's going to be Kai Nakagawa, Yatara Sugimoto, and Frank Schwindel to try to add to their lead here in the 8th inning. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Buffaloes. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Marines. Defensively, it has been pretty good. Our friend Breathe Deep in the house tonight. We appreciate you for popping in here. Well, it's going to be a pitching change for the Marines. It looks like it's going to be Iwa Shida coming into the game. That's exactly who it is. It'll be Daiki Iwa Shida on in relief. The first appearance of the 2023 campaign. So we're going to see how he is about the fare. So Daiki Iwashita. And he's got the toughest part of the batting order to face: Nakagawa, Sugimoto, and Schwindel. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball that misses outside for ball one. The count is 1-0. Last season, he appeared in 14 games for the Marines. He worked 16 in the third innings, only allowing 6 hits. Walks were the issue. He gave up 8, and he had struck out 9, and he had an ERA of 0.55. There's a fastball swung on it. It is lifted foul over on the first base side of home plate. The count is 1-1. It was pretty amazing season for him, as he had kind of worked about 23 and 21 innings on the odd years, spending time most likely up and down between the Marines and their farm team. Here comes the 1-1. That's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 1-2 to Nakamura. Nakagawa. Kai Nakagawa batting here. The 1-2 strike count. As the right-hander gets his sign. Now we're ready to go again. As the right-hander delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. And that ball is going to get down. It's going to be a base hit here for Nakagawa. That's his second hit of the ball game. So he's got himself a single, but we would expect that we're not going to see Sugimoto bunting, or at least I wouldn't expect them to. Our friend Alexander Leggett says, the Marines hitting may actually take them to the playoffs this year. The way they've been swinging the bats early on, yes, I agree. So here comes the first offering to Sugimoto. And he pitches on the way. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Locked Sugimoto go up a little bit there. Did Iwashita. Well, looks like there's more scoring around the NPB. 7-4, the Bay Stars lead the Dragons. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in on it is Oka. He's got room. He's going to make the catch. He's going to take care of Sugimoto for the first out of the inning. Scores from around the Pacific League. 3-1, the Fighters have the league in the top of the 8th inning. The top of the 7th inning, the Golden Eagles laying it to the Lions 8-2. Where did those 8 runs come from? I have no idea. We have seen their offense sputter and sputter and sputter. This year they have come up with it. It looks like that Mikael Franco hit a 2-run homer in that one. As Schwindel bats here, the first pitch is on its way. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Frank Schwindel. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Schwindel wrangles the bat. Waiting here on the offering from the right-hander. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung through and missed. I was going to run the count now to 0-2 on Schwindel. Daiki Iwashita here on in relief. So no balls and 2 strikes. Schwindel waggles the bat. He's got a very wide stance at the plate, specifically here with 2 outs. And here comes the pitch. As Iwashita holds to the set. And now delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Moving over underneath it and making the catch is Fujiwara. And that is going to retire Schwindel for the second out of the inning. So 2-way, and that's going to leave it all up to Kitaro Kobayashi. And as Schwindel walks back to the dugout, he takes his bat and drills himself into the head about 4 times, just like Gus Farrat did by hitting his head off a goalpost. Only difference is Schwindel didn't knock himself out, but he did get a good laugh out of his teammates. That brings Kobayashi to the plate. His average is dipped to 265. He's 0 for 3 tonight. As the right-hander ready to go back to work. As he works to the set position. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is quickly 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. We're here in the top of the 8th inning. We have somebody over at Twitch who has jumped in with a commercial, I guess, begging for something. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. You'd think if they come in asking for help for something, the least they could do is leave you a sub. I don't even think that's the case. Here's the 1-1. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. Selling promotion of our channel. Viewers, followers, views, chat bots. Price is lower than any competitor. Well, we have our... Don't need a chat bot. We don't need the service, to be honest with you. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That is a split finger pitch. It misses down. It's going to run the count now to 3-1 on Kobayashi. 3 balls and 1 strike. Finally had some good weather in the Pacific Northwest today. We had 75-degree temperatures for the high. You got to like that at this time of the year. And hopefully some more to come. As the 3-1 is ready to get on the way to Kobayashi. The right-hander, Iwashita, holds at the belt. And here comes the pitch. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul down the right field line. That keeps the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Well, the runner's going to be on the move on the pitch. As the runner Nakagawa at first base. And here comes the 3-2 to Kobayashi as the pitcher works to the set position. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul into the seats over behind first base. The count remains at 2-2 or 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Come on, Buffaloes, and come on, Marines. People were asking earlier who you pulling for. Well, we did pick the Buffaloes in this one. At the same time, it would play into our favor if they did win this one in the allotted time to do it. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the right-hander holds set and now delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded softly over to short. Fielded by Fujioka. Throws to first, and that is going to do it. It's a ground out 6-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. That will do it here. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 9th inning. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 3 and the Chiba Lotte Marines 2. Stick around. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 9th when we return in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Yoshi Hirano coming in to try to save the ball game for the Buffaloes. He is going to be the fourth pitcher used in this one. So Yoshi Hirano in to try to seal the deal. So far on the season, he's going to be working in his 8th ball game. He's got 5 saves. He has worked in 7 innings. He's allowed 10 hits. He has walked 3 and struck out 5, and he's only given up 1 earned run. So Hirano is the man to try to seal the deal for the Orix Buffaloes. As he completes his warm-up tosses, just as a reminder, we're not going to be back on the airwaves tomorrow night. Taking tomorrow off. We got some other commitments that we can't get to the stream, but we will go on the Golden Week next week. We expect to do, at the bare minimum, 3 games, if not even the Tuesday game in the middle of the night. But 10 o'clock starts North American time on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evening in North America for the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday Japanese games. And here comes the first pitch. It is on its way. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. But moving over to his right and making the catch is the center fielder Nakagawa, and that is going to retire Kenta Chitani for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch and 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher Tetsuhiro Tamura. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw our pinch hitter in this spot. We're going to see if that is exactly what it is. And that's exactly what it looks like it's going to be. This looks like it's going to be Sato coming into bat. And the first pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So for Sato, and that's exactly who it is. Got the night off tonight for most of the night. As the pitch is a split-figure pitch, is swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. Sato on the season batting .303. Himself a homer and 7 RBIs. It is expected that he is going to take over, or he is the number 1 in Chiba this year. There's a split-figure pitch and misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. So Toshiya Sato here batting with 1 gone in the 9th inning. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Hirano comes set. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving over toward the foul line and making the grab is Sugimoto. And that's going to leave it all up to Kyoto Fujiwara here to try to keep this game alive. Just as a reminder, once this game is done, we will do a complete wrap up. We might do a rack up too if we're playing pool. And then we will give you the scores from around the league and we'll call it a night. But this is all down to their final out as Kyoto Fujiwara comes to the plate. 2 for 3 tonight for this young fella. He's got 2 singles and an RBI. He hasn't had to face Yoshi Hirano, who kicks and delivers. It's a split-figure pitch swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Fujiwara. Fujiwara has pulled his season average up to .304 with the new 2 knocks tonight. It's a 15-point jump in the batting average department. There's a fastball that misses down. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Not much left of this one here, as the Marines are down to their final out. And here comes the 1-1. And the pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. Pitch looked pretty good. Have to see where the catcher was set up. May not have been the fault of the pitcher for missing that spot where he did. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on it, is chopped up the middle, and is fielded by the second baseman, Oshiro, who throws to first, and that is going to do it. And the Marines are done here on a ground out 4-3 for the final out of the inning. no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Our final score is the Orix Buffaloes 3, the Chiba Lotte Marines 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We're going to wrap this baby up for you. Appreciate you all for listening with us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you the scoring rundown in this one. As we're going to put in the distance, we're going to put the game on between the Hawks and the Fighters. The Fighters are threatening as they've got 2 on and 2 out in the 8th inning. The Hawks will be down to their final bats in just a couple of moments. Well, here's the updates or the scoring in this one. The Chiba Lotte Marines got things going in the top half of the first inning. It was a leadoff walk to Tiger Hirasawa. And then with 1 out, Seanui doubled home Hirasawa, which was knocking in the first run of the ball game. There was more scoring in the 3rd inning when the Buffaloes took the lead. With 2 out, it was a single by Tokumasa Chano, and then a double by Koji Oshiro, and a single by Yumamune. That had made the scoreline 2-1. Well, that's where it stood until the 6th inning. The Buffaloes added to their lead, a leadoff single by Nakagawa. And then it was Yutaro Sugimoto who also singled. And then what happened was Nakagawa reached 3rd on a wild pitch, put runners on the corners, and up stepped Frank Schwindel, and he had a sac fly to the left fielder to bring home Nakagawa. That made the scoreline 3-1. Chiba got their second run in the 7th inning, a leadoff double by Nakamura. And then after a single by Kenta Chitani, actually, he was erased in a double play by Tetsuro Tamura. And that is going to be the way this ball game ended. Your final score, 3-2. As we take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard around the NPB before we sign off for the night in the Central League, the only game that's going on, it's a 7-4 lead for the Bay Stars over the Dragons. That is in the bottom of the 8th inning. In the game between the Fighters and the Hawks, we're watching that one now. It is 3-1 for the Fighters over the Hawks. And the Fighters are threatening with runners at first and second and 2 gone in the last half of that inning. And, of course, there is a pitch that came in and hit the batter. It's got to load the bases, so they're not out of it yet, are the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. They got bases loaded in that situation. And the other score lines, it is in the Pacific League 3-2. Of course, this game was the final between the Buffaloes and the Marines. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Eagles are putting a beatdown on the Lions. It's 8-2 for Tohoku. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, it is a 3-1 ball game between the Fighters and the Hawks. And that is where we stand here. All right, everybody. Once again, we appreciate you guys taking the time to listen in tonight. We hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. We'll be back on again later in the week. Shotgun Shell, Alexander Leggett, everybody else who listened in here tonight, we appreciate you guys and for your support. That would be Steve Rademacher, Breathe Deep, our friend Titus. Not to mention, we have a pile of other people. Our list is too far to remember. Jacob Kavke, also, we remember you. We also remember our friend EA Sports in the Bay Area. All right, everybody, have a great night. We appreciate you guys for being here. We'll catch you again on the flip side.